All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to the graduate information session on the MSc Applied in Animal Science Option Sustainable Agriculture program. My name is Dr. Laura Wittebald, representing the Office of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies at McDonald Campus of McGill University. And with me here today is Professor Roger Q, and he will be giving the presentation today about the MSc Applied program, Animal Science. Professor Q.
Thank you, Laura. Okay, next slide. McGill University is situated on land which has long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst the indigenous peoples, including the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations. We acknowledge and thank the diverse indigenous peoples whose presence marks this territory on which peoples of the world now gather. As Dr. Wittebald mentioned, my name is Roger Q. I'm the Graduate Program Director in the Department of Animal Science in the Faculty of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, and I'm the coordinator for the MSc Applied program. Next slide. So the agenda for this presentation is to introduce McGill and the McDonald campus to you, say a little bit about the faculty, and then talk about the MSc Applied in Animal Science, the opportunities, and then questions and answers from anybody online listening. Next.
Okay, so we're just going to play for you a video that kind of introduces McGill and the McDonald campus, give you an idea, a visual sort of idea of what you could do if you come here as a graduate student.
Okay, thank you. So to introduce a little bit more about the campus, we are based in St. Anne de Bellevue, and this Faculty of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, our mission is to address global challenges and food, the natural environment. I'm a professor in animal science. We have 8 units. There's about 600 postgraduate students and postdoctoral fellows, and we offer both MSc, PhD, and MSc non-thesis programs. We have the 8 units listed here: human nutrition, bioresource engineering, animal science, natural resource science, food science, parasitology, plant science, and agricultural economics. I'm located in the animal science department. The next slide. The research themes in this faculty are cross-disciplinary. So we have one in environment, ecology, and sustainability, sustainable management of water and soil, sustainable crop and livestock production systems. That's primarily where I fit in. Safe, nutritious, and secure food supply, human nutrition and One Health, bioproducts, biomaterials, and bioengineering. And bioenergy. You'll see that these 6 themes here are not exactly the same as the 8 units, because as I say, that's very cross-disciplinary. Some of the staff in my unit are involved in animal science, are also involved in the One Health, as well as livestock production systems, etc. Other colleagues in this department are also involved in the safe, nutritious, and secure food supply. So it's a very cross-disciplinary aspect. Go to the next slide. Okay, so to welcome you here this morning to the Department of Animal Science. You see on the left photographs of some of the staff and graduate students and research associates associated with the department, and a picture of the dairy unit, both in the old dairy unit, that's the grey building in the front, and the circular show ring, together with the white building and yellow building behind it, which is the new dairy facilities. Okay. All this located on the McDonald campus farm in St. Anne de Bellevue. Next. About the MSc Applied program, as with all pretty much all MSc programs in Quebec universities, there's a total of 45 credits, and the program typically takes about 16 months. It involves coursework, a project or internship. Oh, we've lost the Zoom. Thank you. Technical
My
glitches.
apologies.
Technical glitches happen, but Dr. Whitball resurrected things. The students in the MSc Applied are guided by a program advisor, which is currently me. I'm the graduate program director and program advisor for the MSc Applied, and I guide students in their course selection and assist them with their project placement. They have to do some required courses, and in fact, there are 4 courses which are required, core courses for part of for the MSc Applied, and then 6 complementary courses from a suitable list to make a reasonably rounded and balanced program. Then the students have some 15 credits for a project or internship. The program, we structure it as the fall semester and the winter semester, students taking 4 courses in each of those semesters. Then in the summer, taking 4 of the project courses. And then in the fall, the remaining 2 taught courses, together with the final project course, which is a write-up of the project, and then a seminar presentation to students and staff in the department. The admission requirements, obviously academic excellence is a prerequisite. A undergraduate degree in an animal science related area is important to ensure that you have both the science prerequisites together with a comprehension relating to ag animal agriculture, animal science. You should have a grade point average of at least 3.2 out of 4 when converted to the McGill scale. So uh, uh, McGill keeps a database of grading schemes and uh, things from different universities around the world so that they can be converted from the grading scale of your home university to what the equivalent has been adjudged to be on the McGill 4.0 scale. Next slide. Our program has a small number of students. We accept 4 or 5 students each year into the MSc Applied program. So it's a small enough number that I can directly manage them, students, and provide advice, etc., on an individual basis to students. The fees and tuition costs here are presented for essentially the 4 different categories of students: those who are residents in Quebec, those students who are resident in the rest of Canada and the other provinces, or international students, together with the cost of living. Okay, and say this is a program which is self-funded by the students. Okay, these amounts here are approximate. They're based on the average for 2024, 2025. So each year there's an increase of, I would say, typically about 2 to 3% for the various fees and costs. So that should be something you should factor into this. So this is a non-thesis. So there are 10 courses which you're required to do, as well as 15 credits for the research. 10 courses, each of 3 credits. Okay. So it's a course-based program. The project can involve work off campus or with a company, or on campus with researchers in the Department of Animal Science, depending upon whether you want a project that's more lab-based or not. Okay. Just to give you a picture of the various researchers in the department. So I'm going to start on the top left is Professor Xin Zhao, who's a professor working in physiology and also particularly in poultry, but also in dairy cattle. Then Professor Jeff Shah, who's working more in the area of bioinformatics. Professor Jennifer Ronholm, who's has a background as a microbiologist, so her interest is microbiology and particularly animal science, the One Health issues. Or Professor Elsa Vasseur, who works mostly in the area of animal welfare, animal behavior. Professor Matthias Klein, who's interested in systems biology. Professor Kevin Wade, who, like myself, has a background in animal genetics, and his interest is in information systems applied to animal agriculture. Then Dr. Karina Gutierrez, who works mostly in the area of animal reproduction. Professor Raj Dugavati, who is the chair of the Department of Animal Science. He also works in animal reproduction, working with either mice and also with dairy cattle. Professor Sergio Burgos, who is interested in animal nutrition and animal health and human health. Professor Vilsier Bourdignon, a reproductive biologist, does a lot of work with pigs and looking at cellular development and programming of the early embryo. Myself, Roger Q, quantitative geneticist. My research and interest are mostly in dairy cattle and milk recording and very applied uh, transfer of information to producers. And then Dr. Werner Glansner, another reproductive biologist. Next. The MSc Applied in Sustainable Agriculture, this campus, the opportunities, or at least some of the unique features about this MSc Applied program is that we have adjacent to the campus a working farm with dairy, we have poultry, there are field crops, etc. We have professors who are involved in a mixture of both basic and applied farm research. Most of us in the department have two hats, if you like, with respect to our research, applied basic science research, but then also research that at an applied level. As I say, my work I'm a quantitative geneticist by training. I've obviously I have a degree in animal agriculture, my BSc. My work is quantitative genetics, but I'm also, as a spin-off, a byproduct that, very much interested in how one can use information to provide management advice to farmers. Professor Dugavati's work in basic reproduction. He's also interested in farmer management and reproduction with dairy cattle and things like ketosis, which is a condition that affects cows in early lactation. And how can we manage and advise this? The careers from an MSc Applied are quite varied. Students can look for careers in farm management advising companies or ministries of agriculture in your home country if you're an international student, or students have gone to work for farmers unions. One of our recent students now works for the Quebec Beef Producers Union as an advisor, providing advice and help to both producers and other advisor groups. Next slide. So the opportunities from with an MSc Applied degree are in the agricultural sector, both the private sector employees, but also public sector, uh, agricultural nutrition, pharmaceuticals. The MSc provides a good, strong science training. So some students will continue into the pharmaceutical industry because that's very much related to animal agriculture. Um, uh, Others, say, work in agricultural nutrition, advising, etc. Next slide. Okay. This student is one of our MSc Applied student, originally from Malaysia by way of Taiwan. And she has her project is looking at proteomics changes of chicken egg blastosperm during early incubation period. So she's making use of advanced tools such as FTIR to determine protein changes. The aim of this research is to understand embryonic development in the chicken, to optimize hatchery operations. And she's being supervised in this project by Professor Michael Ngadi, who's a professor in bioresource engineering. So this kind of shows some of the cross-department links that we have in this program. And she a quote from her: "She chose this program because it bridges academic knowledge with industry needs." And with her prior experience before she came here, she wanted to enhance her practical skills through the use of technology in this internship program. Next. Okay. Other examples of past projects, I had a student in the MSc Applied, and she was very much interested in dairy cattle and making use of the data. And we had a project looking at how we could visualize and present the data from about breeding information in a very visual manner. And so she was learning data visualization, programming using the R programming language, uh, data management and reports. Other students who looked at uh, uh, lysozymes in broiler production. So some of these projects you can see are quite hands-on. Some of them are more computer orientated. Next. Here we have a slide that just indicates some of the contact information and resources about these are all clickable links, how to contact the faculty, your graduate studies, Dr. McDonald at CA for general questions about graduate admissions. We've got links for prospective student information, obviously the graduate submission deadlines, which vary depending upon whether you're an international student or a student resident in Canada, how to apply for graduate studies. It's all on online applications. We've got a link to the Department of Animal Science web page where you can look at each individual professor and see the sorts of work that we do to get an idea of what project areas might interest you. With the other web resources relate to the campus, the student services, as well as the undergraduate and graduate societies. Next. And that's the end of my prepared presentation. This slide just shows you some of the images from the campus as well as from the St. Anne de Bellevue, which is where the faculty is located at the west end of the island of Montreal. So we're not in the downtown campus, we're on the McDonald campus, which is quite a large campus. We have both the educational part of it here. We have the campus farm. We have a 600-hectare arboretum adjacent, which is nice for walking in the summer, cross-country skiing or snowshoeing in the winter, which is also used by some of the other departments, natural resource sciences, for example. Some of their research is carried out there in the actual arboretum. Okay,
Thank you very much, Professor Q, for that presentation. And now I just wanted to mention that all these slides will be sent to the participants in the session today, as well as a link to the recording of the video of the session. And we welcome any questions you might have on what Professor Q presented or any other questions you might have. And you can either type it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and speak your question out loud. So it's up to you. Go ahead.
I welcome questions from anybody. Okay, a question about applying to animal science, but find it difficult to find a supervisor. Well, as the program coordinator and advisor, I suggest that you contact me, email me, and I will try and help you with that question. For the MSc Applied, I would say that you don't have to have a supervisor before you apply because it's a taught predominantly course base. You don't have to find a supervisor before you're coming. Is it possible to work time? In practice, no, I would say it's not because of the course load, which is spread throughout the day, throughout the week. It's not really sensible to try and think of doing it part-time.
Sorry, Guillaume, did you mean to do the program part-time or to actually work, have a part-time job while doing the program? Okay, so have a part-time job. Okay, so would you say, Professor Q, in that case?
Okay. I mean, it would a little bit depend on the part-time job. I mean, it take for if you're working in, say, McDonald's 3 evenings a week or something, that might be doable. But if you're hoping or wanting to be working during the daytime as part of a job, I would say no, because as I say, there are courses 5 days a week in both semesters. Other questions? Just to elaborate on that question of the courses, I had mentioned it a little bit in semester. The MSc Applied, you're required to do 10 courses. We typically recommend to students that they split that up and have 4 courses in the fall and 4 courses in the winter. You have to take a total of 12 credits, so 4 courses to be a full-time status student. So 4 courses in the fall, 4 courses in the winter, 4 project courses in the summer, and then in the following fall, the final 2 courses and the final project course. Okay. I see a question about the funding aspect. The students need to be either self-funded or to have an external scholarship from their country or somewhere. There is no scholarship support provided by the faculty.
Two scholarship opportunities that maybe we can mention are the MasterCard Foundation Scholarship, which is specific to applicants from sub-Saharan Africa, and this is for non-thesis master's programs, in which animal science is one of the eligible programs. One other scholarship opportunity perhaps will be the McCall-McBain Scholarship, that is open to many different programs at McGill. So these are funding opportunities that you would need to go and research and apply for independently in order to possibly get funds to support you in this non-thesis program.
Yeah. Other questions from?
If there are no further questions, perhaps we could conclude.
Okay, yes. They,
Okay.
if either of the people directly online here or anybody who's listening to this recording subsequently, a webinar, say you I'm completely welcome, happy to any inquiries from anybody in the chat here, roger.q@mcgill.ca. Uh, you're always welcome to try and contact me about this program, etc. There's one last question. Finding a supervisor guarantees a scholarship. No, it does not. That refers to the thesis programs, the non-thesis program. Say you don't need to have an assigned supervisor when you start here, and so there is no scholarship guarantee.
We will be holding another session for the thesis-based graduate programs in animal science. That will be 2 weeks from today. So if you're more interested in the thesis side of things, in which there is funding for students in those programs, then we encourage you to register for that session, November 29th, 28th, sorry,
28th,
for the thesis-based programs in animal science.
when I will be giving the presentation and talking about the MSc and PhD thesis research programs. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Professor Q, for hosting this session today, and thank you to our participants for attending. I wish you all a very good rest of the day.
Goodbye.